Seneca white deer refers to a unique population of white-tailed deer that inhabit the former Seneca Army Depot in Seneca County, New York. The deer are known for their distinctive all-white coats, which is a result of a rare genetic trait. This population of deer was isolated from other white-tailed deer populations for several decades due to the fencing of the Army Depot, which prevented migration in and out of the area. The Seneca white deer have become a popular attraction for visitors and tourists in the region. In recent years, efforts have been made to preserve the population and the habitat of the deer, including the creation of a wildlife preserve on a portion of the former Army Depot. However, the population remains vulnerable to factors such as habitat loss and genetic issues resulting from inbreeding due to their isolation. The Seneca white deer is a rare and unique population of white-tailed deer, as their distinctive white coats are the result of a rare genetic trait. Estimates suggest that less than 1% of white-tailed deer have this genetic condition, making them a rare sight in the wild. Furthermore, the Seneca white deer population is even rarer due to their isolation and small population size. The exact size of the population is unknown, but estimates suggest that there may be only a few dozen to a few hundred individuals remaining. The Seneca white deer, like other white-tailed deer populations, have natural predators, which can include coyotes, wolves, bobcats, cougars, bears, and humans. However, due to the isolation and protection of the Seneca Army Depot, the Seneca white deer population has been relatively free from predation. The Seneca white deer are a subspecies of the white-tailed deer, and their size is similar to that of other white-tailed deer populations. Adult Seneca white deer can weigh between 45 to 136 kilograms and stand about 91.4 to 106.68 centimeters tall at the shoulder. The males, also known as bucks, generally weigh more than females, also known as does. White-tailed deer can run at speeds of up to 48 to 64 km per hour over short distances and can sustain speeds of 32 km per hour for longer distances. While there is no specific information available on the maximum speed of the Seneca white deer, it can be assumed that they have similar capabilities to other white-tailed deer populations. However, it's worth noting that deer are more likely to flee from potential danger than to engage in prolonged high-speed chases, and they use their speed and agility to evade predators and other threats. There is no specific information available on the sounds made by Seneca white deer, but they are a subspecies of white-tailed deer, which are known to make a variety of vocalizations to communicate with one another. White-tailed deer can produce sounds such as grunts, bleats, and snorts, which can have different meanings depending on the context in which they are used. For example, a fawn may bleat to call for its mother, while a buck may grunt or snort to assert dominance or warn of danger. It's worth noting that vocalizations are just one way in which white-tailed deer communicate, and they also use body language and scent marking to convey information to one another. Overall, the sounds made by Seneca white deer are likely like those of other white-tailed deer populations. The Seneca white deer is a subspecies of the white-tailed deer, and their diet is like that of other white-tailed deer populations. They are primarily herbivorous and feed on a variety of plant material, including leaves, twigs, bark, fruits, nuts, and grasses. Their diet can vary seasonally, with deer in the winter months often relying on woody browse and buds when other vegetation is scarce. Their diet may include plant species found in these habitats, such as oak, maple, and apple trees, as well as grasses and other herbaceous plants. The Seneca white deer, like other white-tailed deer populations, breed during the fall breeding season, which is also known as the rut. During this time, males, called bucks, compete for females, called does, and establish territories. Bucks use a variety of visual and olfactory signals to assert their dominance and attract females, including scraping the ground with their hooves and rubbing their antlers on trees. Once a buck has successfully attracted a female, they will mate, and the female will become pregnant. The gestation period for white-tailed deer is approximately 200 days, with fawns typically born in late spring or early summer. Does can give birth to 1 to 3 fawns per year, with twins being the most common. The Seneca white deer population has been relatively isolated from other white-tailed deer populations, which has allowed for a unique genetic makeup. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for even more viewing pleasure. Don't forget, like and comment. Feel free to share.